Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the SaltCast. I'm your host, Alex. I'm here with Sebastian and Bert. How are you guys doing?
Welcome. Pretty good.
Bert just woke up from a nap, so...
I actually slept that whole time, too, that I was waiting for him.
Oh, wow.
That was a strat, to be honest.
All right, so welcome back to the show. We are talking about the Game Awards today.
The Bert Awards?
When are they supposed to take place?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, so as of recording this, they are taking place tomorrow. When this episode drops, they will, I think, that same day, so...
Probably. Unless it's the next day, I don't remember. It's either tomorrow or the next day. Either way, we're recording this before it happens.
Yep.
Before we get into specific things, though, Bert, have you heard the controversy of the Game Awards this year?
No, what happened?
So they recently put out two very interesting things. They put out how their votes are actually like how winners are actually decided. And they also updated their qualifications for Game of the Year. Now the Game of the Year one is more troll, I think. So I'll start with how the votes work. So basically, they put out a thing saying that the winners are decided by a mix of their pool of different companies that have, what do you call it? Like financed the show, you know? Sponsors. Yeah. They're different sponsors. And then also the actual players' votes, right?
That's how it's always been? Or
That's how it's always been. But they put out the exact numbers, which are troll. First of all, it's troll because they're sponsors that get to pick like who's up for Game of the Year or whatever, and also like who wins. They don't have to be in gaming. They just have to be a sponsor, right?
Yeah, so that's what was thinking.
So like I think Johnson & Johnson was one of them or something like totally unrelated to gaming like that. Like obviously you'd expect some like IGN or Kotaku or like other gaming based, you know, companies, but
the companies
that
are
it can just be any company that gave them money is kind of troll. And then the even more troll part that people were going on about was the split, was that the sponsors' votes are weighted 90% and the users, us, are weighted 10%.
So it would take an insane amount of people to outweigh one sponsor vote.
Yeah. Basically, it doesn't matter. Maybe you'll tie break something between the sponsors, but you're never going to get anything on your own, you know?
Mm-hmm. I feel like that kind of explains why some games that we felt that should have won didn't.
Well, that's also why you get things like, you know, what was the Mario vs. Rabbids one that one year? Because it's Mario. And there's companies that don't even game. They're like, Mario must be good. Vote for that one. And it beat like Total War, Warhammer 3, I think, 2 or 3, one of them. Like
Yeah, they were just checking out a box. They didn't like... They got an invoice in their email saying, "Oh, you can vote in this thing." They're like, "Let me do it."
Get your logo on the stage or something, and they're like, "I've heard of Mario."
Yeah, we had this one.
So that was the one thing, which I think is pretty troll. I think at that, the most, it should be 50-50. And I also think they should be in the freaking industry, you know?
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
Or they should make it so, like, whoever in their company has to decide the vote has to play the game.
What I read was
something like that.
What I read was that it was 90% over 100 different media outlets and then 10% public vote, like you said.
Yeah.
So media outlets, that could be anyone. That could be all kinds of media.
That's the problem. It's not restricted to gaming media.
And it doesn't really take into account the players. It takes into account businesses more so.
Like, I could go vote for freaking best car of the year, and I don't know what the fuck it is. Like, I have no idea. But that's why my vote shouldn't be weighted 90%.
Yeah. I let a car guy.
Yeah,
I trust his opinion more so than yours. In this case.
exactly. I would just be like, I've heard of that one. So
Volkswagen, I drive this.
exactly. Unfortunate, but at least now we know like why some things get robbed, and why things like Hogwarts Legacy weren't even freaking on there for anything. Not Hogwarts.
Yeah,
Was it Hogwarts Legacy? I think it was. Unfortunate, but what can you do? The other one was the troll thing I saw where they updated what can be nominated for Game of the Year, and there were two things that were in there that everyone was pissed about. One, I think is way worse, but I don't agree with either of them. So one, they said DLCs can be nominated for the Game of the Year. Don't agree with that. But the even more troll one, Bert, they said a season of a game can be.
It's like Fortnite Season 23.
Yeah.
I think that's dumb.
I don't know, to be honest.
You're about to say something dumb. Hear me out here. Why is that not a category? Best season.
That should be a category.
I don't like.
It should be its
Fortnite
own.
probably
It
would win
shouldn't-
that every year. Like.
Yeah, well, I wasn't thinking just Fortnite. That was just the first season-based game that popped into my head. But that
Imagine you spend 10 years making a game and you lose to Fortnite Season 20.
No, I know you're not entitled. I do think there should be a category, but I do kind of understand where they're coming from.
Yeah, but not Game of the
Same
Year.
time. Yeah, well, because like some games that, it's like Destiny, for example, that's DLC at some point has like almost every DLC changes the game.
But those are
Makes it a whole-
expansions.
Yeah, but at the same time, it doesn't expand upon the game. It removes the old content and gives you a new set of content.
True. I don't know. I think that DLCs and seasons should both be a thing, like a category.
I do too. Is now does this make like every COD contendable for Game of the Year forever that has a season pass in it still?
Yeah, basically. Well, a new COD
Yeah, but
comes
they
out
come
every
out with
year,
the
so
next
it doesn't
COD after
matter.
a year. So, yeah.
Yeah.
The main one is Fortnite, really. Like, or like MMOs with big expansions. Those are like the ones that would cause issues,
Yeah, they shouldn't win Game of the Year every year just because they
Exactly.
release season passes.
And I'm fine, like, with those things being talked about, but like, just make it a category.
Separate thing.
And that's cool too, because then you can look at that category and be like, oh, let me look at games I haven't played in a while, see what's worth going back to,
Yeah, and then those games are supported still.
Yeah, and apparently these things are fire that they just released. Because, like, the big one everyone's talking about is Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree. That's, like, a huge DLC that's apparently amazing, which is cool. But just have it in a DLC category.
Yeah. It would make more sense to have it in its own category.
Unfortunate. But those are, like, the two big things that everyone's talking about. I really hope they change that and fix up, like... I mean, the voting thing I don't see changing, which is a shame. I think best case scenario, maybe one day they'll change it to at least be gaming-related companies instead of anything. But I doubt we'll get any more than our 10%,
Yeah, I agree with you there.
For the other stuff, I feel like that could change over the years. Maybe we'll get a DLC category or something like that. So that I'm more hopeful about.
Yeah.
I just hope that it sucks because the Game Awards could be so cool. I guess it's just every award show though, and every single industry is just like a joke these days.
There are always some kind of controversy revolving around
even-
any of
It
them.
just sucks that the Game Awards was never good. It's like at least the other ones fell off. The Game Awards never was hype.
And that was like the one award show I actually care about.
Yeah. It's a shame. I hope it keeps getting better. I mean, it does get better every year, but it's like such a slow climb. Like, it should just be a celebration. Instead, it's a million ads. You remember last year as we're watching it, they went through like 20 awards in like 30 seconds.
And yeah, I do actually.
And they had that big controversy where, like, what game was it? It was Baldur's Gate 3. They were up there and they're like, we want to dedicate this to some of our team members who died throughout the years of us making this. And they were like trying to get them off stage for taking too long.
Yeah. Yeah, all right, Harry, finish this up.
Yeah.
You guys didn't pay for this time slot. Get out of here.
You know, we have to put a sponsorship now.
Yeah, and then they brought out, I don't even remember who, some probably Vin Diesel or someone, Arc 2 guy. I don't remember who it was, but they always have some celebrity out there for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyways, so to not be negative anymore, though, let's go over the actual categories that we even care about, because I don't know anything about esports, so I'm not going to really go over those. I wouldn't know what to say. I'm actually going to be voting while we're doing this. Get that 10% in. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
I say we would say what our votes are, and then we'll also say what we think will win.
All right, go ahead.
So I'm just going in order of the website. I don't like the order, but it starts with Game of the Year. So, Game of the Year nominees. Apparently, I did not play any God tier games this year because I've played none of these. Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I actually own that and want to play that. What is this? Metaphor Refantasia. I don't even know what that is. Of these games, Balatro, I've heard about, and it seems really cool. I'm actually surprised it's on here. Have you guys heard about that game?
No, I haven't
Isn't
heard
that
about.
an indie game?
It's like this reimagining of poker.
Yeah, but I have a friend that was super into it.
Yeah, it's very
Telling me to
popular.
buy it.
I'm just surprised it's up for Game of the Year. That's crazy. But for me personally, like I said, I haven't played any of these. The one I'm most interested in is probably Astrobot. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't know.
I haven't played any of them, so I wouldn't know what to vote for. But I've heard really good things about Astrobot, and I've seen like gameplay, and it's the one that I haven't heard of. I don't think any of the other ones except for Wukong. But those two would be my two games that I would want to play now, and I probably will play Wukong at some point.
I would think, just based on what I've heard, that Wukong would win. But who knows?
I don't know. I feel like either Black Myth or or Elden Ring.
I really hope Elden Ring doesn't win.
I don't know. I think a lot of people liked that. And I know that when that DLC dropped, it like distracted people for like the whole weekend.
Yeah. But I mean, Wukong was like literally the big game of this year. I feel like that was.
That's true too. I don't know.
That was it, you know?
Yeah, it's true. And it was very also super well received.
I guess
released.
I didn't really play many games this year that are new. Maybe none.
I didn't.
Because I'm looking at now Best Narrative, Final Fantasy VII, Infinite Dragon, or Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor Refantasia, Suno Saga, Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2. What's troll about this is 3 of these are remakes.
A remake should be its own category too.
Yeah. I feel we've talked about that.
I mean, I heard Silent Hill's fire. Final Fantasy VII was fire in the original. I assume the remake is still good. I've heard it's good, but I guess I don't know. Personally, I guess I'd say Final Fantasy just because the original was good, but there's a lot of games here where the original is good. I did hear the Hellblade games are really good, but I'd never even played the first one, so... Honestly, maybe I would say, like, if I were to guess, it maybe Hellblade for this one, just because it's not a remake.
I'm gonna say yeah, just because I don't like it when remakes win.
I don't know. I don't really know anything about those games.
We have Best Art Direction. At least this one you can know without playing them.
That's true. You're like, I like the way this one looks.
So for best art direction, we have Astrobot, Black Myth, Elden Ring, ReFantazio, and Neva. This one might be the Elden Ring win just because they're like, we got to give it something. But from looking at these, Neva, I remember seeing the trailer for this at the last Game Awards and thinking it looked cool. I think still that or Astrobot for me. I really like Astrobot, how it looks. I'm so wishing it comes to PC.
I know. In my opinion, I feel like Black Myth and Elden Ring
Look
look
same.
similar enough. Yeah. Like, I know they're very different worlds, but they look the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like Neva probably won't win just because not enough people like.
Yeah, it's not a big popular one.
Yeah.
The one of them's just an anime game, so that could
yeah.
Yeah, maybe Astrobot
Astrobot
wins this one because it probably wouldn't win Game of the Year.
Yeah.
I could see that happening.
Either the anime game or Astrobot.
Yeah.
And I'm more inclined for Astrobot to win just because I feel like that one's probably the more unique of style.
And it's a bigger IP because it's like the new PlayStation guy.
Yeah, and plus it'd be kind of funny that a PlayStation game that wasn't really supposed to be anything notable win something.
Yeah,
it just looks so good, dude. Astrobot looks so good.
Yeah.
Best score in music, we wouldn't know this. I'm gonna just say Final Fantasy because they all have good music, but I'm sure all these games have good music. I just wouldn't know, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I actually listen to Final Fantasy music.
Final Fantasy music is normally good. Hey, one of these you guys have played. Best audio design, Black Ops 6 is on here. Also Astrobot, Final Fantasy 7, Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2.
Audio design, what does that like entail?
Recognizes the best in-game audio and sound design. So anything that's not music.
Gunfire.
Damn, Black Ops should be on best freaking soundtrack. The Black Ops 6 soundtrack goes crazy.
The Zombies menu has one song.
Huh?
That's how it's always been.
The Zombies menu has one song.
Yeah, but there's the Zombies menu, there's the multiplayer menu, there's the opening theme. Like, it's like kind of going to be iconic, like Black Ops 2's was.
Yeah, but isn't that music instead of like sound design?
That's why I said soundtrack.
Oh.
And then the campaign has some pretty good music in it too.
I don't know. Maybe.
The opening one goes crazy. It's nice. It's not even nominated.
Listen to the album for the game.
I mean, if Black Ops doesn't have another category, it might win that one just because they'll be like, we got to give it something.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Best performance, but it's a bunch of games we haven't played. It's Hellblade 2, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, Life is Strange, Double Exposure, and Final Fantasy 7.
What was it? Best performance?
Yeah, the people are Brianna White, Hannah Tell, Humberly Gonzalez, Luke Roberts, and Melina Jurgens.
I hope Star Wars Outlaws doesn't win anything.
I'm going to vote for Life is Strange, Hannah Tell, just because I like the Life is Strange games. Don't know if she was good in that, but... Oh, here we go. Innovative accessibility.
This is always a cool category, I think.
Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age Veilguard, Prince of Persia, and Star Wars Outlaws.
What does this entail?
It says, recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. So, basically, you know...
Black Ops is just in there for Omni movement.
I don't know if that counts as accessibility.
I don't think it does.
I mean, the thing that you just read would mean it does.
By wider audience, I think it means people that have like custom controllers for like, disabilities.
Yeah, it could be something as simple as a colorblind mode or advanced difficulty settings.
In arachnophobia mode.
Yeah. I literally have played none of these just based on what I've heard. Maybe Dragon Age. I heard they were trying to do that, but I don't know if it actually worked out.
Yeah, I don't actually know enough to have a say.
This just wasn't our game in year, guys. Nothing really that interesting to us.
Yeah.
You know, well, I want to play Life is Strange.
I do want to play that too.
Because I don't buy those until the whole thing's done.
Here's another one. Games for Impact. For a thought-provoking game with a good meaning or message. And Life is Strange is on that one. It's Life is Strange, Neva, Indica, Closer, The Distance. That looks kind of cool, actually.
Indica Button.
Hellblade 2, Tales of Kenzura. Hey, I think that all of the Life is Strange games have been a pretty good game for Impact, especially the first one.
Yeah, they all do a good job at least some point in the story being like, wow.
It's like, Kate, no!
Mm-hmm. Damn, that one's so hard.
Imagine failing that.
I didn't.
I didn't either. I'm gonna hope it's Life is Strange, but again, who knows? Who freaking knows? We're bad gamers, is what we've learned today.
There should be a category for best world. Is there a best world design?
I don't know. I can only see it page at a time. I got best ongoing game right now. Sure, you can guess those: Fortnite, Destiny, Diablo, Final Fantasy 14. Helldivers 2. It's probably Fortnite, though, let's be honest.
Yeah, it probably would be Fortnite.
I feel like it won't be this year.
Then that's just them lying.
Why? Fortnite didn't do... it wasn't that good this year. They did the Fortnite OG thing, but I mean, can you really count? I wouldn't want to count that. That's literally just recycling what they already did.
Well, Diablo 4 apparently always sucks. Final Fantasy 14...
I could see that
heard is alright. Helldivers, I heard, went downhill since we stopped playing, though.
I love Helldivers.
Alright, I'll vote for Helldivers for you.
Get that. We played 10%. Helldivers since we all played last.
Best community support. This one's a good one. No Man's Sky, Helldivers, Fortnite, Final Fantasy, or Baldur's Gate. How is this different from ongoing? Recognizes a game for an outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, including social media activity and game updates. How is that? Hold on, let me go back and see what the last one said. Best ongoing. Awarded to a game, outstanding development of ongoing content. So one is ongoing content, and the other one...
How active they are on Instagram.
Is game updates. No, one says ongoing content, one says game updates. Baldur's Gate should totally be an ongoing. You know they added 6 classes this year?
Yeah, I did, actually.
I don't know what No Man's Sky did this year, though.
I think No Man's Sky had a big year, I think. I remember hearing something about them.
They have a big year every year.
Yeah, they redesigned the interior of space stations. They make them each unique, depending on where you are.
I mean, from what you're saying, maybe No Man's Sky. Personally, I think Baldur's Gate adding classes is huge, especially because you wouldn't, how do you add 6 more classes to a game that has 50 classes, you know?
True.
Yeah, I'm thinking Baldur's Gate just because between what you said and the fact that I know they post online. And are semi-active and responsive to their community.
Yeah. Now we have
I think they engage.
Best Indie Game. So we got Balatro, how do you say that? Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. I probably said that wrong. Neva, UFO 50, and Animal Well.
Why isn't Indiana Jones on there?
It's not. Oh, nice. I'm actually maybe it's an RPG or something. This makes me realize though it's a bit shocking that an indie game got nominated for Game of the Year. That's pretty huge, I think.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
I remember hearing about Animal Well because it was the freaking thing Donkey was pushing all year, remember?
No, I don't actually.
Oh, you know Donkey, video game Donkey?
Yeah, I do. I watch him from time to time.
Yeah, so I think it was last year he started a publishing, like, to publish indie games, and Animal Well was like the first one, or at least the first big one.
Interesting.
I'm thinking probably
Kinda cool.
Balatro though. I remember like of these games, that's the one I remember hearing everyone was obsessed with. And like I also remember everyone being like, it's crazy that you can come up with a new idea of playing poker.
I should check that out because I actually like the regular poker. So
I'm not sure what it is. Apparently it's like very different from poker, but it's like kind of poker, you know what I mean? You should check it out though, just to let us know. Best debut indie game. So first indie game of a new studio, and we have Animal Well and Balatro again. Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and The Plucky Squire. I remember seeing The Plucky Squire on Steam. It looked kind of interesting, but again, I think between these two, one will be Balatro and one will be Animal Well. It'll like one will be best indie game and one will be best debut. You know.
yeah.
Best mobile game of the year. Balatro's on here again.
Oh yeah, I did see it on the App Store.
AFK Journey.
Manor Lords?
Withering Waves. Zero Zone Zero. And the one that will probably win because of its name, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket.
Probably that.
I did play it.
I do think Balatro should win.
I thought the Pokemon one was okay. The problem I had with it, finally something we've played, right? It was like the main focus of it was collecting the cards and not the actual card game, you know?
That's kind of what I figured was going to be.
Yeah, I figured it was to be like a cash grab gambling sort of thing, and that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
the
open
actual
packs.
card game itself isn't that bad, but
It's fucking hard.
it's just like it's weird to have the game be secondary to the collecting, which like
I mean, that's
I guess
because
that's
that
how real
community.
Pokemon cards are in real life.
Yeah, that's why. Because the community is like huge. The collecting community.
Yeah. If you think about it, how many people in real life had Pokemon cards and never knew how to play? Everyone, pretty much. And then they're like doing
Yeah.
the same thing digitally now. So
There is a fleshed out system to play if you want. Like,
yeah, you can, but it's just weird that it's like not the main thing.
yeah, it's not pushed.
I will still continue to say this. I think that Marvel Snap was amazing. That's got to be one of
Yeah.
the best mobile card games I've ever played.
I love that game.
I completely agree.
I still go back to that and play the shit out of it from time to time. I'll even get the current like season sometimes and still play.
And theirs is actually like I feel like you get a good amount of cards. Like you get one every 2-4 levels or something like that. Like you're always getting cards.
It depends, but yeah, there's like a consistent way to get them if you can play consistently.
Marvel Snap to me is probably the best card game that I know.
Yeah, it's up there for me too.
But I'm thinking,
Speaking of Marvel Rivals, have you guys played that?
no, I'm surprised I haven't seen it on here anywhere though.
I played it.
No, I haven't. I want to. It seems interesting.
I think it's crossplay.
It's just Overwatch.
It's free.
I do want to say one thing that was kind of
It's
funny.
free on Xbox at least.
It is trending more than Overwatch on like almost
Well,
everything.
it should. It's
That doesn't
new.
surprise me. It's new.
And it's a huge IP.
Yeah, and then on the... Never mind, actually. I don't remember.
I played it, and my first initial thought is, holy shit, it's so unbalanced. Fuck. You cannot, like, some players feel unplayable. Or to me. Maybe I'm just bad at the game, which that's probably part of it, but oh my god. There's there's one, like, Scarlet Witch and Star-Lord are the first ones that come to mind. Oh, and Hela. They are so powerful. It's, like, impossible to, like, defeat them. And if you're not playing, if you don't have one of them on your team, then you're fucked.
This is one of the best times to play that game, though, where people are still bad and there's not like a formed meta, and it's not just like you always got to run a 3-3 or 3-2, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Where you're just locked.
You can
Like,
actually
you
experiment.
always have to do the same thing every time.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fucking tough to win though, and it's hard. I wanted to like main Spider-Man, and he ends up being like one of the most difficult characters to use. Oh, and like melee characters are at such a disadvantage. It is crazy. They need to either do way more damage, or that needs to be figured out, because it is so hard to play any type of a melee character. Which Spider-Man is, and it sucks.
I'm sure it'll get updated eventually. Hopefully it actually is like somewhat balanced in the future.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Best AR VR. We don't ever play that. There's a Batman game on here though.
Yeah. So it takes place in the Arkham
Actually,
universe.
I saw a guy playing a video on that. It looked pretty good.
Oh, really? Here we go. Finally, something that I can put my mind in, and I think are games that were missing from what should have been higher, more important ones. Best action game. We have Black Myth, Black Ops 6, Helldivers, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer 400 or 40K Space Marines.
Ooh, I think Warhammer.
I would think either Warhammer or Helldivers or Black Ops. This is actually a good one. You know, like it could actually be a lot. Like all of them are, I think, reasonable choices.
I think Black Ops 6 is genuinely a good game. I think it's
That's
good.
what I'm saying. I think any of these options is like, you know how normally it's like, it's going to be one of these two. The other ones are just there. I think this is a good one where it's like, could be any of these.
I would probably...
These are all equally valid options.
I don't think Black Myth should be on here because it's on all the other ones.
I would probably lean towards Helldivers, I think.
Okay. I mean, that's what I would pick, but I haven't played Black Ops 6. I played a little bit of 40K.
I liked 40K. That was super fun, actually.
Well, I'm hoping for Helldivers. Next, best action adventure game. This is the one I'm hoping Astrobot gets. Astrobot, Prince of Persia, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and then what I think will actually get it, unfortunately, is Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. But I hope Astrobot wins this one.
I like Astrobot. I just like how it looks.
It looks like so
Cute little
good.
robot guy.
It's so... I feel like the 3D platformers are dead these days outside of Mario. Like, there's just none. Back in the day, we used to have freaking Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, Ratchet and Clank, Conker. Like, there was so many 3D platformers. Sonic used to actually be a 3D platformer instead of bad.
Yeah.
And Astrobot literally looks like that peak Mario feel, you know?
Yeah. It's just not a big genre anymore.
No, not really.
Kind of stinks.
Yeah, because I really like them. They're very, like, sandboxy, I feel like.
Yeah. All right, what else?
Best RPG. Man, one of these I forgot came out this year. Dragon's Dogma 2. I forgot that was this year. Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree. That might win this one. Final Fantasy VII, Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and ReFantasia. These are actually all reasonable choices, I think. Except I would prefer Elden Ring be in a DLC category, but...
Yeah.
I would vote personally probably Final Fantasy again. Final Fantasy VII is so good, and I heard the remake is good. The only reason I have not played it yet is because they're pulling this toxic shit, which is kind of reasonable, I guess, because the original game is like 1,000,000 years long. They're remaking Final Fantasy VII in 3 games, and I'm waiting for them all to be done, you know?
I've never played any of the Final Fantasy games.
Well, this is part 2 that came out this year. One more part and the game's done, because I don't want to fucking play through 66% of the story and be like, I have to wait years now. You know what I mean?
That's pretty toxic.
Yeah.
It's just like why I don't play Life is Strange.
To be fair, though, with them, the original Final Fantasy that it's remaking was a ridiculously long game, and each part of this are like 80-plus hour games. So, like,
Holy
I guess,
shite.
you know? It kind of makes
That's
sense.
a
It's
long
just
game.
so freaking annoying that it's in 3 parts, you know?
Yeah.
True.
So, one day, guys, I'll play the rebirths, but gotta wait for that last part. That's what my vote would be for. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't have an opinion on this one.
Best fighting game. I didn't even know of any fighting games that came out this year. Multiverses,
Dragon Ball?
Tekken 8. I didn't know Tekken 8 came out this year. Marvel vs. Capcom Collection Arcade Classics. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. That will probably win. That's the only one I
Yeah.
remember hearing about.
That's the only one I thought of.
Tekken's pretty big too.
Yeah, but I feel like I didn't hear anyone talk about, like, it just came out and that was it. Whereas I remember hearing a lot about the new Dragon Ball game.
Yeah, maybe.
Plus in the year he died too, the creator.
True. What else?
Best family game. Astrobot. This could be a hit.
Astrobot might
Please give me
sweep.
Astrobot. Then we have 3 Nintendo games back to back: Princess Peach Showtime,
What the
Super
heck?
Mario Party Jamboree, and The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. And then the Plucky Squire. I think it'll be a Nintendo
I don't
game.
know. Probably Jamboree.
I think this one and Best Adventure will alternate. Like, one of those will be Astrobot and the other one will be Zelda. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But for me personally, as a family game, it should be Mario Party. It's the only game on this list that's not single player.
Yeah.
Like, why are the other ones here, you know? Actually, I don't know if Plucky Squire is single player, but Mario Party's fire. This one is apparently decent. I've watched some videos on it. It looks fun. I always love Mario Party, except for that one where they're in the car. That one sucked. Sim/strategy games. Age of Mythology Retold. I like that game, actually. I've played a bit of it. Very fun. The other ones I haven't played: Frostpunk 2, Gami, Path of the Goddess, Manor Lords. I did hear that Manor Lords was good, but I don't even know.
I
what
played
to do.
Mana Lords, like very surface level, and it seemed very fun. Just I didn't have the time to learn it because it's super intricate.
Right.
There's a whole like economy that you can balance, and you have to worry about inflation while worrying about like your people. Like there's a whole like it's a very deep game,
I
but
got
it's also easy to learn. Like it's like it seems like something that I could learn.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Man, we really slacked on our gaming this year. We jumped back to COD Black Ops 1. We've been in the past this year, so.
Yeah, we have.
This one's not really for me, but Bert, he plays a lot of these. Best sports game. Versus me. F124, EA Sports Club, the first FIFA, not called FIFA. 25, 2K25, Topspin Tennis 25, WWE 2K24.
This is a good year for me. I didn't buy any sports games.
I'm gonna say F124.
I'm thinking it's gonna either be 2K or EA Football Club.
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably the fucking. It's gonna be the soccer one.
I didn't
New
play any
FIFA.
of them this year.
Oh, here we go. This is a good category. Best multiplayer: Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Warhammer. Personally,
I think Helldivers.
I think it should be Helldivers. I was about to say this.
I was gonna say Helldivers too, because I remember like when that game came out, like the voice chat and stuff felt like a classic voice chat.
And the universe expanded outside of the game. I remember when like I was seeing the Mii's.
Yeah, I know, that was cool.
Like the Mii's, it was
There's
good.
a good community
I went to other
around
games.
Okay, this one makes me sad. This next one because I know it's gonna win, but I know what I want to win. Best adaptation: Tomb Raider. This is like a show. Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft, Like a Dragon, Yakuza, Knuckles. No, definitely not that one.
Holy crap.
Wade Whipple show.
Yeah, Fallout and Arcane. Arcane's totally gonna win this, but I want Fallout too.
I heard Arcane's pretty good.
Arcane's gonna win for sure. I want Fallout to win though, so
I
I'm
loved
voting
the
for
Fallout show.
I really liked it too.
It was a funny show.
I want there to be an Elder Scrolls show or a movie.
Okay, now to the easiest vote of ever. Most anticipated game of 2025. Feel like you can just guess that one right now, guys.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. That one's winning for sure.
Yeah,
right?
that's gotta win.
Isn't Death Stranding 2 coming out?
Death
though?
Stranding 2, Ghost of Your Toy, Metro Prime 4, and
The
Monster Hunter Wild.
Damn, next year's gonna be crazy. Ghosts coming out next year too. That's gonna be
A new Metroid game coming out is kind of huge too, because it's been forever. A new Monster Hunter is also huge.
That's crazy. Ghosts, Monster Hunter, Metroid, GTA.
Grand Theft.
Oh my god.
It's just you can't GTA 6 like that's dominating.
Good thing it comes out at the end of the year, so we can play the other games and then just play GTA
I'm
for
gonna
the
say
next
it
6
now
years.
though. I totally don't think GTA is coming out next year. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see it happening.
What do you think they're gonna do with GTA Online?
I think it's going to be a year after it comes out. Online comes out when the game comes out on PC, like they did with Red Dead and GTA 5.
I think they're adding a season pass.
But I mean, what's gonna happen to the GTA Online that already exists?
They're probably going to let you transfer your character, maybe give you like a little payout bonus to start with that won't matter eventually. That's kind of what I think.
Because it needs to be like completely reset.
Yeah, they're not going to give you your stuff, but I think they might like just give you game money or something, for transferring your character.
Yeah. Like, I want everybody to be back to zero and, like, kind of just reset that whole thing.
I hope they don't do a subscription. I remember hearing they were thinking about that.
There is a GTA subscription already. There's a GTA Online Plus.
Yeah, but it's a plus. I heard they were thinking about, like, a required subscription.
That would be terrible.
I hope it's just a plus.
I don't want to pay to have people lock me in cages and melt my computer.
Yeah. I don't know.
Either way, we're not going to have to worry about online till 2026, maybe 27, because... And I'm fine with that. I actually love that... It sounds troll, but I like that the focus of GTA is the single player when it comes out. Same with Red Dead. Because otherwise, like, for example, Red Dead specifically, if it came out with multiplayer, you get pressured into playing multiplayer with your boys, and I feel like that ruins the... like adventure of the single player because you're going to parts of the map not in the story,
Yeah, you're kind of spoiling it early.
Yeah, it's gonna be GTA though for sure. That kind of wraps it up. The other stuff, content creator of the year, I'm voting Queso.
Queso, I love Queso. Who are the other ones?
Let's go.
How do I even say that? Ilo Juan, Techno Gamers, Typical Gamer, and Usada Pecora.
No Sketch. Well, I guess Sketch doesn't really do gaming.
Queso is freaking hilarious.
Queso is good.
Oh, best esports game. Why is this after content creator? CS2. It probably will be CS2. Actually, no. League of Legends is on here. League of Legends had a big year with the show. Probably League of Legends. Dota 2. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
If Queso wins, that's huge. That would be so cool.
Just like him.
I guess, yeah. That'd be good. I'm rooting for Queso.
I like he feels like an actual person, not all those other streamers that just fucking.
He's like perfectly in touch with.
He's just
his
a guy.
funny. Yeah, he's good.
He's a guy doing like with a camera in front of him.
Oh, here's the
That's it.
actual important one. Player's choice. This one's 100% fan vote.
This is the only one that I think actually matters.
Well, the choices aren't great. Black Myth Wukong. That's a good one. Genshin Impact. That's not even this year, but whatever. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree. Wuthering Waves. And Zenless Zone Zero.
What the heck? I feel like between
The only
these,
one you could pick
Elden
is
Ring.
Black Myth.
I feel like Black Myth should win, but Elden Ring will probably end up winning.
This is all anime games except for Black Myth and Elden Ring. I guess I'll vote Black Myth, but I feel like this one should have Helldivers. It should have 40K. You know what is a big missing one? Power World was nowhere on anything. That was a huge thing this year.
Yeah, but if companies decide what games go in, I don't think they'll put an almost copyright violation in.
Yeah, true.
I submitted my votes.
All right. That was a good timing, too. We're almost up to an hour.
That was not bad at all.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we'll watch it, probably not enjoy it, and then move on. Hopefully Bert had his mic on this time. We tried to do this last year, and it didn't work.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Bert wasn't even recording last time we did this.
I realized that, like, the end?
Yeah.
I wasn't recording the whole time.
He has a habit of doing this.
But
I am recording
when
this
we were
time.
playing zombies the other day, he wasn't recording his video either.
yeah, he started or like round 10.
Well, round 5. And it was because what happens is I had to relaunch because I had to turn on the VPN because it's the only way I can fucking play here. And every time I relaunch the game, it stops the recording. And I just forgot that it stopped the recording.
I'm excited to get to Black Ops 2 just for the fact that I'm hoping it doesn't body my PC as much.
I'm hoping I don't need a VPN to play it because I hate having 100 ping.
Yeah, that does suck. How bad is it
That'd
when
be
you're
like
running
a zombie
around?
and it takes... It's not always terrible, but sometimes I'll like get micro stutters and that's like how I'll die sometimes because I'll like stutter back into a group of zombies. Or I'll be running and a zombie will like I'll get pushed back because a zombie was actually in front of me and I just didn't see it because it just wasn't
Oh,
there.
God. That would
I
suck.
like the idea of Bert getting through a tight squeeze and him being like, barely made it, and then he just teleports to being down.
Yeah, and he's never played these maps, so it's like even worse for him.
Yeah, I don't even have like at least the map knowledge to be like I probably shouldn't run into this dead end room.
Yeah. And we're like, Bert, don't open that door, so he just dies.
That's
Except
funny.
No,
his
I just
feet.
opened it.
Yeah, or that. We just finished Ascension. We did the Easter egg and everything, so we're moving on
Yeah,
to
we just
Call of
need
the
to-
Dead next.
Probably start actually looking at the videos next year.
Yeah. That's a bigger project,
that pretty
I
much
guess.
wraps everything up, though.
Yeah,
I hope Astrobot wins some stuff. Next year, I feel like last year was just so fire for new games. Like, even next year, the things that I'm, like, looking forward to. Obviously, GTA. There are some big ones, but they're just not for me. Maybe, Killing Floor is one that I'm interested in, but that's it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well,
I'm excited for GTA.
I am too. All right, well, I think that's it. We will
Thanks for
see
watching.
everybody next time. Thanks for watching or listening.
Keep it salty.